Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. So today we will make my last animation here because the requests were enough to make a video, a tutorial, and this is this one here. And yeah, that's it. And I will do this just for Octane because for physical render I already showed everything. I showed how you make this scratches and splashes on the floor and everything. And I showed here in this video how you can make glowing with physical render. And this way works quite well for this here. And it's the same in the physical render and in Octane to make this more than less. So just watch the other tutorials. Because it's always the time what we don't need really, because everything showed, so it's here. And yeah, the only thing is I show the difference what you can make to get this. Here I worked on the RGB, I worked with a displacement. And of course in the physical render you need many segments many subdivisions to get a nice displacement. What you don't need in Octane, but this I will show. So yeah, and first I show the movement here, the thing here, and then you can decide if you want to watch the textured part or not. So we do first the movement thing. Okay, let's start and stop blah blah blah. Okay, good. First thing, and as so often I found a much better way than I did it in the original one. And so, yeah, this is now the better way in the tutorial. The project files of the original are already on Patreon, so the patrons can download it. And let's start. I start here with a Mo spline. The original is done with matrices, so with matrices, linear, and with tracer in between and everything. So this, we don't need this whole thing. Nice Mo spline is enough. So and let's make it 1000 here. Is a nice thing. And because we have here an effector, we can work easily here. So what I need is I select my Mo spline and select a plane effector, which only controls the position in the x-axis. So not in the y, in the x, let's say 150 in the x. Okay. And this I wanna control with a linear field. So I go to the fall-offs. If you have an earlier version of Cinema 4D, so you can, instead of a linear field, you can use a linear fall-off. So that's exactly the same. Linear field along the C, minus C in this case. And you see, it goes here. This is it. Let's make the field a little longer, so 150. Yeah, that looks better for me. So except this field should go here to 150, minus 150. Okay. And I don't make as in the original one. I have 11 strings here. For this I make just 6 because it's nice. With 200 frames I can make a nice animation. And in the original one it's 300 frames, and there I have 11 strings. So I go here to 200 frames. And this first thing here, I want the from 0 to 50. The linear field, the plane effector should go along this spline. So go to the plane effector, in the z-axis, make a keyframe at 0, then I go 50 frames forward, and the end here should be 1300. This should be the whole spline. When I go back here, yeah, exactly. Perfect. When I go here, droop. Okay. and at the end of the 200 frames, another linear field should go through and bring it to the time back. So I go here to 50. Oops, not here to 50. Here to 50. And I make another plane effector. And let's go here first to frame 0, and then I copy this plane effector and I delete these keyframes here. If you want to delete all the keyframes here, you just click Ctrl Shift and click on the dot and everything is deleted. So the second one does nothing at the moment. So it has no movement. What we need to do is, in the first one we have here the 150, in the second one we want to go in a different direction, we know now. So we have to go to minus 150. Come on. So far so good. And now I want that this, we have here the first spline, then we get the second, the third, and the last one goes in this direction, goes back again, and this goes back at last. This should, the second should be on the end at 200, and so it should start at 150 at the frames. So I go here to 150. This is the first one here, and say the coordinates, okay, and go then to 200 and make this 1300. So, and this should work now. So first it goes in this direction, and then at 150 it starts to go in the other direction. Okay, we forgot to bring this to the most spline, the second one too. And here is one thing. It looks like here in this slot there is just a slot for one effector. That's not true. Unfortunately, you can make this slot, or this window bigger, but you can drag in a second effector. So if I go to here and drag under it a second effector, see we have now two effectors inside. When you click here, the arrow down, you can drag inside more. So, and now we have this, and this should work normally. One, and at 150 it should go back. Perfect. Okay. So far so good. Sorry. And now we just make the first string totally finished or totally ready, and then we copy everything. Next thing is, let's make a spline out of the a sweep out of this mouse spline. So I go to my mouse spline, put it in a sweep knob, so Alt click on sweep. So 1 second please. So back. So we have this, and we need of course a profile spline. I click on my sweep and I want to bring in here a circle spline. And it does not matter the radius of the circle spline, because the radius will be controlled over the mouse spline. So I go to my sweep and shift click on a circle, and you see immediately we get here a spline. Let's go to the sweep, to the mouse spline, and say I want to see just the line. And to make this radius bigger, go to simple, and here with the width you change the radius. So you don't have to care about the circle here. In the sweep I don't need any caps here. And I see that we don't need so many segments on the circle. I have the circle uniform 8, and let's go to the 1, that should be enough. Because we have a glowing thing here on it, so we don't see the segments really. So that looks fine so far. And of course it still works, that is no question. And the next thing is, at the beginning of this mouse spline, I want a capsule. So I bring in a capsule. Batch. T for scale, scale it down a little bit, so something like that. Say, okay, 10, 30. No, that looks not nice. 40. Okay, let's say that's okay. And of course, this capsule should follow the Mo spline. And for this we need a very little espresso. So go to the capsule and right click, programming text, espresso. And this is really a very small thing. So I have it here already. So I need the capsule. I need the Mo spline. Drag it in, and I need this spline. So if you don't find it, so just bring in here spline, and you see it's here. Good. Here, this is an object. Bring this object. You can make it easier if you go to here and release now this one. You see now you have just the things active, what's possible. The other ones are grayed out, so I need the object. And the capsule, I want the position, global position. So make the same, go in the blue corner, coordinates, global position. That's it. If we go now to the let's play it. Let's hide this everything. And it works perfect. Okay. So and then this would it be, but a follower had a good idea, and he the cycle dim had I missed a little delay effect on string settings in. He is totally right, and we will do this because this is a great idea. So in this whole thing here, let's add a delay effector. And I can tell you this will look really funny. I bring it here down. It doesn't matter where it is. Important, we have to bring it in the effectors here. And you see delay effector, and I drag it down, the last one under the plane 1. So it's here. And the delay effector is set to blend now. And let's see what it does. It makes a very smooth thing here. That looks really nice. And it looks even nicer when we bring it to spring. So, whoop. That looks really crazy nice. It was a great idea with the effect, with the delay effector. So, okay. And now let's copy this whole thing. So first I don't want to see these two plane effectors here, so that's good. And let's save this. I think I prepared this RGB hype. Yeah, let's take this. And now we need a null object and bring everything in this null. Good. Now I want to copy these nulls. I make just 5 copies, and because you can make them how many you want. But 5 is exactly so it's 6 strings then, and yeah, I'm a guitarist too, so 6 strings is always a good idea. So I make copies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just control drag it down. So good. Now I want to distribute them a little bit in the x-axis. So let's go to the coordinates with all nulls selected in the x direction, and in the x I say num times, that means 9 times minus 20. That means the first one is at 0, the second null will come on minus 20, the third on minus 40, and so on, if it's true. So enter. Check. Okay, that works, but it's a little too less. Let's go back and num times minus 40. That's perfect. okay, we have, but you see we have all in the same direction. This is not what we want. And I want them a little, when we do this at the end, yeah, that should work, yes, maybe it's 5 to, and now we have a little hand work, little manual work to offset the movements here. So we go with Shift F3, I go to my timeline, and let's drag it down, so I have 200 frames here. So okay, everything's here, and here I have all my plane effectors. That's the only thing what's animated in this scene. So plane effectors are here. If you don't have it here, go here to automatic mode, then you should see everything. So the first one is okay. The first one is perfect, and the first plane one is perfect too. This is the first null. So in the second one, I want an offset of 10 frames. I go to here, and in this orange space here, then I drag it 10. Okay, so I want to see this a little better. So just, yeah, that looks so I see everything. I go 10 frames forward here, and on the plane 1 here, I go the orange part here 10 back to 90 here. So next one, go to 20, oops, go here to 20, and plane 1, go here to 180, plane effector 30, plane 1 back to 170 here. It's a little 1080p, it's a little hard to see, but it's okay. Here we have to go to 40, plane effect 160, and on the last one it should go to 50, to 50, and last one should overlap with the first one, so okay, here the overlap, that's perfect. And now we should have our animation. Dum 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 dum. That's great. I love the idea with the delay effector. But maybe the spring is but it looks great. I like it. Let's make it a blend maybe, or deactivate it. What I want now, I want make, so I can change this later on. I want to make a selection object. So that means I go to here to this magnifying glass and select the delay effectors, select all of them, and now I go to select selection filter and create selection object. So, and if I delete here this, I have here selection object. That means all my delays are inside of here, see? So I can say this is the delays. And when I just click on this and want to restore the selection, in this null all the delay effectors are selected now, even if I don't see them. And I can change here, let's say from spring to blend. And it works everywhere. Ah, that looks nice. Okay, so this is the movement thing. Now we start to make a little kind of floor and texture this thing. Okay, so for the end camera thing, I would say like something like this. Yeah, this is how you want to, maybe I don't want to make the nose blinds longer now, because then I have to make, to change the positions of the plane effectors and everything, which is not so much, so many work, but why? We don't need it, so we see what we do here. Let's make some fun. So first I make here. It's always the same here. Just want an Octane camera here. Check and protect it. Save. Good. Now let's see how we can do this. I want to make a slide thing for this thing here. So let's make a rectangle here and bring it here in the middle. So 100, this looks fine. And to make it maybe 300 and here, oops, something like that, 100. Then I want the same again, copy this guy here, and this should be then our small one where the capsules are inside exactly. But we have to be careful, and let's go through the thing because we need, it starts here. But when we go to here, so don't have to forget this. So I have now to bring this back to 0 here. No, that's not back here. So make a copy of this here and drag this somewhere like here. Or make it different like this. Copy this one. Sorry. And bring it at the end of the capsules here. So now I know how big this has to be here. So, and now I play around a little with this. Okay, that looks nice. Can delete this one here. And now bring this one under this one and say reset PSR. And so I know I'm in the middle here, and now I can go around to the width here. Okay, why not? 470 is okay. Make a rounding here. Nice. Here a rounding as well. Great. Good. And we have this here. Now we have to bring this in a extrude. So of course we have to go back down here. Minus 50 is 0. Okay, let's bring this to in a connect object. So I have my extrude selected, shift click on the connect so that it's a child of the extrude, and drag this to inside. Exactly what I want. And this rectangle here in the inside, which is the inside, I think this is the and go to 20. Now it's more than enough here. Okay. And then make here. Great. Looks usable. I know we have here now an intersection, but we can change this later. We could. Well, let's take all of the nulls and drag them up. Okay. And now I am going to make the floor thing, so save this. And for the floor thing I want the bigger guy here. Let's bring this whole extrude down here. The bigger guy here. No, I want to copy it. Copy as control, drag it down. Hide this for the moment. And now I want here a big rectangle. This should be quite big, so that. So let's see. I see it here. I don't want to see it here. So let's go up. Doesn't matter. So faster up. So okay, you wanna think, what does he do? Good question. Let's hide. I will pick here another null, call it strings, or laser is cooler. And drag the. It's just so I can hide everything together. And then the next thing will be, I want here RGB written. So a text on the floor. I said on the floor. Oh, please donate, look. Oops. Rotate it. And the RGB. And let's find a nice. Why is this on the other monitor? That's great. Oh, I don't see nothing here now. There is something wrong. I will find. I search for the impact. Here it is. E and bring it up here, and then I want it in the middle of. I just eyeball it. It's not so. Yep, so that we can read it here. Okay, and now we make a spline mask of this whole thing, so that we can extrude it. That means we need. Let's go to here. A spline mask. First, I take my. This is my small one. I take my big one inside here and the small one inside here. And tail this long. Why? And I lose this, so we go to OR. Okay, we see this is now one spline, this one and this one. Make another spline mask. Bring this spline mask in this spline mask. And the text. Same again. Y. OR, and we have one spline here. And this spline, of course, we can extrude. Well, we should be able to extrude it. Let's see. Extrude. 0 here and -50. And you see, we have a great thing here. We can even make this round. It looks nice. Okay, and of course this extrude should fit now here exactly in this one. which is great. But I want to make first, let's finish this whole thing, because I want to bring the floor line down, and so that this one is a little up here. But first we have to make this RGB as well. So let's go to the text here, and let's say the text. Let's go to uniform. It's far too. Okay, that looks nice. Not really nice. Let's go to subdivided. Subdivide 5 degrees, 5 centimeter. This should be maybe 10 centimeter. Okay, let's say that's fine. And now I copy this text out and simply make another extrude, which -10. I want here just a little bit, 0. Okay, and 2 here. Now we have everything fits perfect here. Let's take our extrudes here and give it some more segments. Okay, nice. And this is the thing in Octane, I don't need here, this is the RGB, I don't need here some subdivisions in the Octane render on the caps. But if you work with the physical render, you need here subdivisions, and you do it like this. You go to RGB, to the caps, and here in the caps type, if you have a newer version, R21 or so, you can go to the Lunai, which makes a quite nice thing here. So we can go now to it does really nice job here in the dominant. And if you think no, this is not enough, you can go to the text spline, make this to 5 maybe. You get more and more, but you have 10 centimeter now, and let's go to the RGB here, and instead of the regular grid with 10 centimeter, you see, you get a quite nice subdivision here. And if you go here to 5, you see, you can really work nicely, so that we get on the edges here nicer thing. Go here to 5 centimeters as well. You get a very nice base for a nice displacement. You can, and when you, if you now then work with sub poly displacement and everything, then you get a nice thing. But we don't need it for the Octane render. So Octane render, we go just to n-gons, and go here back to 10 centimeter. That's enough. Okay. So now we have this RGB and this extrude. This is our floor more than less. So this is our inside here. Let's make another object. Floor. Bring these 2 extrudes inside, so I can move both down. Oops, there is something wrong. What's going wrong here? This should go together down here, and this should stay. Ah, it does. Okay. That's what I want. 30 should be fine. Here we have our roundings. That's perfect. And if we bring in now the strings, they are perfect here as well. Let's see what we get. Perfect, I would say. Save it. And let's make here a little, I make plane here, bring it down, so something like this that we don't see here through the end. Make the plane a little bigger, deeper scale, and scale it up. And maybe make the capsules a little longer. So capsules, and go to 50. They are a little. Let's get out here. We can make them a little broad. Or let's go to the extrude here. Go down here. So you see, we are totally parametric. This is cool. We cannot change the position of the. Let's try, but because of the express, so I don't know if I can change the height. Let's try it. Capsule and bring them all down a little bit. No, this is not possible because of the espresso. The espresso says where it should be. And yeah, how could we do this that we make this a little nice? I want them 30, but more down. Let's make height segments. We don't need any height segments. Let's simply convert it. C, the keyboard. That should still work. Yeah, the expressor knows what we do. So every capsule is selected here. Now I select, go in point mode. Rectangle selection, only select visible. Nope, we want to select everything with check and just drag these points down. So there we go. Now back. This I like much more. And we can say, well, this is driven by a magnet. We don't. That's it. Good. Save it. Yeah, that's almost everything. Now let's start with some materials. So I need Octane dialog. A simple diffuse material, glossy material, not diffuse for the floor. That's always the same, we know it meanwhile, so bring this on the extrude here, and let's see what we can make it first. A little darker, of course. Stupid me. So make this darker, spectrum diffuse. I think I can work here a little quick because we have this scene now so often. So let's see what we can. Save it, don't forget to save. Looks of course very boring. Bring in the Octane Rig. Back on the floor, we don't need the floor here. And that looks better for me. Okay. You know this with the roughness. If you bring a roughness map inside and something else, you please watch the other tutorials for this. Every time to do the same. It's a little boring. And bring the same thing. If you please tell me in the comments if you want that I show every time the same. For me it doesn't matter. I do it. I do this all day long, so for me it's no problem. If you want it, I show it and show it and show it. Bring the same black one on the plane here. Yeah, now that looks great. And make some capsule material. This is just metallic material. You guys just have to tell me what you want and I will do it. Cinema for device. No, not this. Come on. Do I need again a new mouse? I already bought one. So, spectrum I do not really need. Color spectrum, let's see. Bring this to our capsules. Capsule. Yes, sign is select all of them. Walk. Check. And that should work. We should see it here. Yay. Save it. So now we have our things. There are some things we could do now. We could bring them in a fracture object on the knives and make the colors over a random effector with the MoGraph color shader, but I did it in the original and I do it here as well with manual colors. I set everything in a different color so I can really say which color I want where. So let's go and make some colors. Material for the color, we need just the diffuse material. Because the diffuse material, so let's say this is laser and save it, don't forget to save, and because we need just an emission, this diffuse has the emission channel, and black body emission, and a RGB spectrum. You could use a Gaussian spectrum as well, but at the moment I take this one as a texture. Take here the red one and save surface brightness. We will see if how we need it, and go to the 0 and bring this on the sweep here. Wow. We have a nice laser. Yonk. Maybe a little too laserish. Yeah, why not? But this is, why is this white? Because of this. That makes not really a difference. A little too strong, I think. Yeah, it's just too strong. Okay, save it, and of course later on we can go, let's say 10, 5, later on we can go with the post-processing again, you know it meanwhile, and bloom power. This is the power of Octane with the bloom and everything. Jack. Yeah, the laser, I like the laser like it looks here, so noisy, because the particles or something, looks really not bad. But for the moment, not. So, nope. Let's first make the colors. Good. Copy this one. Now laser 1 and give it a different spectrum. Let's go a little to the side here. Bring it to the next sweep. Yeah, we could do it something like this, sweep, and bring it to the second sweep. Okay. Next one. Copy the laser, wing, laser 2, something like this. Next sweep. Maybe that's not. Sorry. Another one. Okay. Now the next one. What's wrong here? So I'm going to just. This is not a blue one. No, it doesn't matter. So this is this one and this. Make something like this. Okay, but I think they're all a little too strong. So let's select all the laser. And we can normally bring them all together, that body emission and all together, down or not, however you want. Maybe the thing is yep, the HDRI is just too bright. Not in 0.2. And we see it much better. Okay, that looks nice so far. And now we need the RGB thing. Save. And stop this for a while. How did I do this? I did this with a glass material here. And so let's make a glass material. Specular. RGB. I don't need this. I think I need this here. And bring this to the RGB here. So glass. Okay. Nice. And I did this with a displacement, so forgot to open my bridge here, so let's open the bridge to bring in a displacement map. Let's see that I find the bump and displace. Let's see what we get here. I want to see if do I have this still on my desktop. Let's see here. That would be nice, but don't think so. 1 second, if I have this still on my desktop, this, yeah. So I have, here I have the original one. So this is the this is the thing I need. Don't forget to save if you make something. Displacement, whop, 4, 2 maybe, let's see, we will see this later, 0.5, nice. Texture, displace, and show us something. What I want is the cubic mapping, or fret mapping. It doesn't really matter, cubic mapping. And just you see now it starts to do something. But what I want, we could do it over here. Yeah, let's do it over here. Go here to UV mapping. Go to the texture here and make a protection and transform. So the projection. Let's go to box. Does not really change anything here. Transform, make it smaller, 0.5. .3. I'll show us something. Yeah, that starts to do something. Yep. But it is not. Yeah, now we start to see it. That's what I like. Even more, yeah. And that's the whole magic. And this should still work. Of course it works. Yeah, it looks nice. Maybe this sweep is a little too thick there, but because we have just 5 of them, or 6 of them. It's good, but let's see if we go to our mouse spline. Come on, let's see. Mouse spline, and go to the simple and go here to 1. I think that looks better, yeah. Okay, and that's the whole trick. And so if, because we have this let's see if fit in the bridge. So let's bump in this place. I want dirt and scratch, or even other things. Some roughness map here. Let's see what we get. This is always some playing around. As I said, always already for physical render, you see we have it nice here. Already for physical render and for Octane render, the project files on Patreon, and there we will get this map here and the roughness map and everything. It looks nice. .4 maybe. Yeah. So I would say we are done. It's a quite quick tutorial from my thing. Yeah, because I found an easier way. This is a much easier way. This is a much better way than in the original one. And you know what I want. I make a stop, and I want to render out something with the select here with the spring effector, because it looks so nice. Let's see. Yeah, I have to render out some frames. So see you in a second. This is for sure quite funny. So see you in a second. Yes, that looks funny. I forgot to put on a little bloom on this, but look, that looks really funny. And a wonderful reflection in the RGB texture, so this is exactly what we like. Let's bring here in some fun. And so, and enable the post-processing. Yeah, cut it off a little bit. That's great. Okay. Okay, I would say we are done. I hope you like this one. I think it was really fun, and thanks a lot again for this nice idea from Cycle Dim. Was a wonderful idea with the delay effect. That looks really nice. Okay. So we will see maybe to another tutorial on this weekend, and if you have requests, if you have complaints, if you have tips, tricks, whatever, please write in the comments, or even better on our Facebook group or my Facebook site, write me an email to info@nikomedia.at. And yeah, that's it for now. I wish you all a nice Friday evening. At least, you know, here it's evening. And yeah, that's it for now. I think we can be really satisfied with this result. And as I said, you can download on Patreon the project file. There we will have a project file for the physical render as well. And if you want to support me on Patreon, please do so. And I really appreciate it, of course. And yeah, you will find everything you need on the Patreon. Or if you want to just donate, or you say, hey, I want a tutorial, I donate you something, can you do this tutorial? If I can do it, I will do it. And that's it for now. Have a wonderful evening. All the best here from Vienna. And yeah, my last words for now. Tschüss und Baba.